Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I'd like to welcome you to this new kind of series of Saga of a Shattered World, where we started out, of course, as the Count of Gelre, when the entire world was shattered into just individual counties, and slowly but surely we've been going through time, different duchies and then kingdoms and eventually even empires have started to coalesce and form, and it's been a really interesting process. So once we had created the kingdom of Frisia and Gelderland and then reformed the Germanic faith, I then decided to switch over and we moved over to the Togrekids, where we were there to try and save the Tengri faith, which we have just achieved. The Tengri are now over here. They are led by Saberbane, the god king of the Tengri, because he's freaking immortal. Seriously, he's immortal. And he's also the head of that religion, so he really is the immortal god king. So now the decision is who to play as next. And I was talking briefly with the people on stream, and I kind of decided that I want to play as the Suomenusko. They are in a very bad spot. Not as bad as the Slavic. Slavic's really in a hard spot. So even though it looks like Slavic's quite big, there are no actual Slavic counts. None. That's all actually owned by rulers who are Germanic or Tengri or Suomenusko. It's not very good. So we're going to play a Suomenusko because I think we can save it, because there is still the almighty Novgorod. If we go to the King's Map mode, we can see Novgorod is fairly strong, and there is still a fair amount of Suomenusko over on that side. However, they are caught sandwiched between two extremely strong nations. We've got the Germanics over here, of course, who are going to be sailing down the rivers, of which there are many, looting and raiding us all the time. And then we've got the Tengri, who are newly reformed, so they're going to have a couple of toothing ashes early on, but once they're formally established and unified, then they're going to be a real bane and a real problem for us as well. I'm hoping that there's a massive conflict between the Tengri and the Jain, so that they get too busy fighting each other rather than fighting us. The next question is, do we want to start as the King of Novgorod, or do we want to play as a Duke or even a Count and take over that way? I have a feeling, time-wise, playing as a Count's going to be a mistake. Yeah, it's possible, but we are in a ticking time bomb here. The Germanics are definitely coming. The Tengri a little further behind, but they're definitely coming as well. I think we should play as a Duke. I mean, part of the annoying thing is that Novgorod itself is not owned by Novgorod. It's owned by Chief Kettle of Novgorod. But regardless of who we play as, we can then switch to Novgorod. So is Sukhov de jure part of Novgorod? I do wish I could see de jure. Although, oh no, you are Suomenusko. I was going to say you're in a very Slavic area, so that's going to be really big uprising problems. Or the Suomenusko back here are going to be in a slightly better way. So perhaps we should play as Rostov or Veps. Veps would be safer because there's less rivers around them. But that's kind of defeating some of the purposes playing as them. Do Finland and convert them. What if Finland? Nah, Finland is Germanic. I'm not going to touch that. And someone subscribed. Horned Panda! Haven't caught your stream in a few weeks. Good to see it's still going strong. Yeah, it's been going really well. And that is 16 months now. That is insane. Thank you so much for that, Horned Panda. I really do appreciate it. That's awesome. Conflicted about you saving the Caribou faith since you have to kill Finland. I don't have to kill them. I just have to take one province from them. This one. You know, I need to defeat them in a battle, but that could easily be done with a county conquest. Easily. The other thing I need to do is we are fairly split up and spread out, so we need to try and get a little bit more unity inside. And of course, I need to take the home city back. Novgorod being in the hand of the infidel is a bad thing. So who's the current king? Oh, queen! I've had a lot of success with queens in this game. If you're going to play Novgorod, you should play as a of Novgorod dynasty. Well, like I said, the problem is Novgorod itself is not owned by Novgorod, it's owned by Ruthenia at the moment. And I can't create dynasties. The ruler designer doesn't work when you're in a save game. So I think we do need to pick one of the dukes. I'm still somewhat tempted by Sukhov. That's a Ruthenia down there. We could play as Tver, we could play... no, that's a revolt. Veps. Veps is fairly large. That would be a pretty powerful duchy. I'm still leaning towards Sukhov. I like... Oh, you're a kid. Oh, you're 14. You're 2 years away. I'm very tempted to play as Sukhov. Is Zunist alive? I don't know. There's not a lot left alive, to be quite honest. What the hell? The Norse have arrived in Africa. How did they even get here? It's not even coastal. And Africa, for some reason, doesn't have any large rivers. Which is really straight. You know what? The Nile should be a large river. The Nile should absolutely be a large river. It's a really large river. I know historically Vikings didn't sail down it, but with the modular reforms, you could easily create a river traversing Moafi site. That would actually be kind of interesting. Because they have the traditions of the river. Right, I'm getting distracted. We need to choose who we're playing as. I'm just going to go with Sukhov. Boom. The Norse have learned to sail through sand. Not suggesting you do this, but Greek merchant republic whose rulers quietly worship Zeus and Apollo. What I'll probably do is play as one of the Hellenics in the future. I don't necessarily want to do it as part of this because I don't see how the Roman Empire could have had any influence on this world whatsoever, considering how completely bonkers it is. Wow, we're kind of occupied by people right now. So we're currently fighting against Finland and winning. The Ducal War for High Chiefess is Biera's war on Kemi. So we need to get this province. This is the one which is like we have a definite CB on. And then we are currently also fighting... How are we in two separate wars against the same guy? Apparently we are. So the Sukhovan finished Azure War for Sukhov, which we are losing, and we are losing hard. And they've somehow declared it without bringing in Novgorod. So what is Novgorod themselves doing right now? 7,000 troops against Finland's 1. So Novgorod does have the larger theoretical army. Oh, potential vassal allied troops 8,000 versus Novgorod's 12. Novgorod's actually a lot stronger. Oh no, we're fighting the Joms Vikings. That's a really big army of Joms Vikings. The Joms Vikings are the Norse Crusaders. Huh. Huh. Interesting. Do we have any Crusaders? Nope. We might well be in a bit of trouble here. How much money do we have? Not a huge amount. Is that serious? Yeah, that's seriously all the armed forces I have right now. Ah, crikey. Alright, let's save the game, because I'm pretty sure this is going to end fairly soon. And then we'll just need to switch to one of the other Novgorods. I wonder if I can call Novgorod themselves in. Because you're my overlord. Is this a war I declared? Oh, this is a war I declared. No, it's not. Contested title, the High Chieftain of Sukhov. That's me, isn't it? What the hell am I? Yeah, I'm the High Chief of Sukhov. So this is a defensive war. How on earth did you declare that without Novgorod getting in? Where the hell is Novgorod's capital? And don't say Novgorod, because it's not. It's there. Yeah, you're right next door to me. You're gonna get cut off. We are all tribal here. I don't have a huge amount of prestige, though. And they're gonna be... Actually, I don't know. Finland, are you feudal? Nope. Not even close. Alright. Let's see what's going on here. Whoa, that's way too fast. Let's not do a speed 5. Hire the nomads to fight for you. That would be quite nice. Right, what I was going to do was I was going to try and call you in because... Ah! Wait, was that me offering to join? That was. And I am apparently not Suomenusko. I'm actually Slavic. So I cannot play as these guys because I don't want to cheat and convert that way. So, alright, Novgorod, Sukhov is done. That was abortive. I'm not going to save that. I'm going to go back to the previous save and then go from there. I should have checked in game who was a better choice. I'm really tempted to just play as Novgorod. I think I'm going to have to. We'll play as Novgorod. Let's do it. I'm also slightly aware of the fact that we've probably got between 50 and 150 years to get involved in the Crusades and stuff. Like the 1100s-ish is when we should be playing as the Catholics. So let's go back to this one. And then play as someone who's not Sukhov. So sorry about that, that was slightly abortive. Let's try that again. So now... Yeah, sorry, I'm just going to play as Novgorod themselves. Play. So, 2 goals for this playthrough. 1. Reform the Suomenusko faith. 2. Reclaim Novgorod. Okay, so... Where are my armies? Yeah, that's more like it. Now we have some more troops. You're taking attrition. That is... actually only 1.5. That's not terrible. Right, the other thing is I've never played Suomenusko, so what can I do? Rulers cannot demand conversion. Priests can inherit titles. Priests can marry. Religion allows women to hold temple holdings. That's the same as the Norse, but not Tengri. Rulers can raid infidel neighbours for loot, so we can raid neighbours. That's good. Suomenusko can take up to 3 concubines. Non-pagans with low tech have very low supply limit in Suomenusko countries, so we are very defensive, but that's non-pagans. I don't know, do reformed pagans count as pagans still? They must do. We can be reformed. There is and can exist no religious head. Women may hold the spymaster position. We are inferior at conversion. Rulers cannot declare holy wars. We have terrible moral authority. And additional modifier in countries of this religion. Morale of armies plus 80. Garrison size plus 40. And then defense of all units plus 80. Those are some huge bonuses. Interesting. And if we lose this war, then Finland is going to do some nasty stuff to us. I think we should actually abandon those and head down here to go and fight this army. And then just hope that Sukhov can fend for themselves. Reformed pagans get the penalty unless they take relentless when they reform, which we did not do. Oh, we have a tiny bit of threat. Not actually that threatening. Kozul was sacrificed to the cruel Tengri gods. The accounts describe how he was forcefully dragged screaming on top of the temple and torn apart by mad priests. I'm kind of intrigued to see how badly they've been treated and how badly they've torn my nation apart. So I could form the kingdom of Vladimir. I don't see the need to do that. What's my government? Agnatic Cognatic Elective Gavelkind. We definitely do not want to have another kingdom. That would cause a lot of problems. Do we have any other kingdoms? We don't. Good. Do we have any potential to switch? We could become Gavelkind. We're already Agnatic Cognatic, which is a good thing. How's the technology? We are actually about as technologically advanced as the Tengri. Okay. How does that compare to, like, Helgeland? Oh, the capital is back in Gelre. Oh, brilliant. Oh man, they are really technologically advanced. Level 3 and basically everything except for trade and construction and majesty and popular customs. Advisors. Yes, that's a good point, because the AI does stupid things sometimes. So we have a random advisor. And apparently that just lost me the advisor slot, even though I'm a kingdom. What? What are your skills? You're not bad at intrigue. You're actually the same as our current intrigue person. You're an okay marshal. You're even better at intrigue. How are you at stewarding? Terrible. Better than him, though. Why the hell did I lose my advisor slot? Also, the commanders are pretty terrible. One nice thing about this is we get quite a few more advisors. And also, yeah, that's a point. Societies. The Cold Ones. And the followers of Otso. Ah, it's the Bears. Aha! Haven't played as them yet. Nor have I been the Cold Ones. The Cold Ones believe that certain people are born with witch's blood, and it's their blessing to be able to turn to Chunabog, the Black God, to gain power and wealth. They are frowned upon by traditional believers who would rather call them cursed, as they are rumoured to sacrifice humans and commit heinous acts in order to achieve their goals. Stressed, drunkard, disfigured, cynical, craven, paranoid, envious, arbitrary, diligent, ambitious, scarred, attractive, unyielding direct leader. Pretty good at combat, terrible at personal combat, and pretty good at intrigue. You're the kind of person who probably wouldn't actually join the Cold Ones. And so far we've lost all the battles against them. Well, the first thing we need to do is bring in some more commanders. We can have up to 3. My religion. Men who are good at fighting. And Diplo range, not gonna matter. Oh, not a ruler. So the Marshal of the Semi-Band would not join us. You would. None of them would. 16. Okay. And another 16. Alright, so one benefit is we do have a fair amount of money. So we can bring in mercenaries if we need to. I think that was 3 commanders. We're going to be losing a couple of provinces. We could create 2. A couple of righteous things. We do have horribly spread out provinces. Like the remnants of Novgorod and then a couple of others. Are we at least the Duke of Novgorod? Okay, we're at least the Duke of Novgorod. So we can probably legitimately claim those territories. We are 29, so we're fairly young. And we're betrothed to someone of my... No. No. Just no. So I need men who are not married, who are, I'm going to say, pretty good at diplomacy. Quick and shrewd and temperate. That's my heir. Why is it not showing dynasty? What dynasty am I? Kotamahu. Kotamahu, okay. Good to know my heir's quite strong though. Dwarf, patient, paranoid, kind, and just. Also, I'm currently doing scholarship, which is definitely not the right thing for this moment. Let's go switch to war, because we need to get those combat skills up. Groomed, brawny, shrewd, ambitious. You know what? You would be a good king. Arrange marriage. Who's your liege? Let's go and butter you up a little bit. Hey, slightly intoxicated Hayate, how are you doing? Yeah, defensive pagan bonus is nuts. It certainly seems that way. Playing as an AI character years after the game starts, like driving, sifting through a wreckage. True. So you're currently idle. We have threat, but nothing too dangerous. I'm going to sit you in my capital for a time as soon as I remember where the hell that is. Why can't I place you in my capital? I've had this before. Alright, so descent in... Really? Åland is Finland's capital? Alright, let's put some descent over there. You are currently training troops, that's acceptable. Where are you doing it? Tartu? Good. You are building a legend. Legend equals more soldiers? Good. You are scheming, you are protecting my back? Good. Diviner, you are proselytizing. Good luck with that, but good. So you suck at economy. You suck even harder at economy. Do I want to... This is why I'm pissed off I don't have my advisor slot. I mean, just switching these two around would be better than zeros. You're actually the better diplomat here, so we can make you the diplomat. Change council position to the Chancellor. Then you have a 10 in military. You have a 9. Your stewarding is 4. Your stewarding is 0, so switching you two around would actually be a good thing. What's your highest stat? Intrigue. You're actually quite loyal. You're also fairly good at intrigue. Right, how good are you at intriguing stuff? Or how fighting? Not very, but right now I need a good marshal, so we're going to make you the spy master. And then I'm going to fire your ass for someone who actually knows how to fight. Even if they're not a loyalist right now, I'll bribe you. Oh man, that was a terrible bribe. And then that leaves you. Yeah, I've done this wrong, haven't I? Pudak the Mona. You were supposed to be the marshal. How good are you at stewarding? Do we have anyone that's a good steward? Not particularly. See, if I had an advisor, I'd make you the advisor and bring in someone who's actually competent. And then the other thing I need to do is make sure that none of these guys are serving as commanders. Because they probably are. Alright, how much land do you have? High Chief of Kargopol. That it? One county and you're a powerful vassal? Oh, screw you. Some of these bribes are atrocious. Wow. What's my diplomacy? Yeah, okay. I can call in my vassals. How likely are they to join? See, this is why we need a button which is invite everyone who is likely to join. Rather than just demand everyone join, because a bunch of them will say no. Why do I have a ruler that's actually the Mormonian revolt? What? It's you. Are you a legit... Yeah, you are apparently a legit vassal. What? How is this a thing? Whatever. I'll just ignore it. Maybe. Has to be matrilineal. Yeah, so we have to do it through here. Do we have any geniuses? Nope. Shrewd. Nope. Brawny. Nope. Strong. Nope. Okay, we have terrible people. Diplomats. Not very good diplomat. We have someone who's relatively good at learning. I just want someone who's fairly decent all round. There's nobody who's decent all round. Well, actually, the other thing I could do is invite them to the court, in which case they have to say yes. Which is why I really want to be able to invite you to the court. You like the main guy too much.